All right, welcome everyone to another episode and video of Views from the Stands. Today we are going to be diving into the coach openings, the head coach openings for each current organization out there in the NFL, and give my predictions and kind of what we're hearing and all that. So, but before we get into it, guys, as always appreciate your support and your continued. Uh, Continue to be with this journey basically. And uh, if you please don't forget to subscribe, that'd be very helpful for our future. So let's get into it, guys. So we're gonna start off with we're gonna go top down, right? So the first one is the Atlanta Falcons. Um, and so Atlanta Falcons have reached out. They did an interview with Bill Belichick. They've done an interview with Jim Harbaugh. So they're definitely looking at top end head coaches. They've had an interview with Mike McDonald, to my understanding. Actually, they did not interview. Or they did. They did interview Jim. Sorry. Also, Steve Wilkes, Brian Callahan, Carolina's DC, and a couple others. Um, really, I think this can definitely be Bill Belichick's spot. I can definitely see him coming here. I can see Jim Harbaugh, and I can see Mike McDonald. So I mean, I know it's not really a true prediction, but I think it's going to kind of go down to those three. And really, I think it comes down to um, who makes the move first and whatnot, right? And also how far and how long do the Ravens go in the playoffs? Because Mike McDonald is on that Ravens staff, obviously. The DC. I have a feeling they're willing to go all in. So I feel like Bill and Jim are definitely in the running for this. I would lean Bill more over Jim right now in terms of Carolina Panthers, guys. So I mean, this one's an interesting one. Um, in terms of like who really wants to come go there with the owner. And this is where I think this is a kind of a coordinator would be my guess going into here. And really, the top person I have is really Ben Johnson. It'd be an interesting decision for him to go, but I mean, the owner has a lot of money, so he's going to be able to pay him what he wants. He's an offensive minded guy. He can definitely get the offense going better than Frank Wright, my opinion. So really, I think Ben Johnson's kind of solidified. I think for the Carolina Panthers spot, but we will see. All right, next one, Raiders. I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. I mean, the guy should be Antonio Pierce. I know they had some interest in Jim Harbaugh. I don't believe they interviewed, to my understanding, but it's got to be Antonio Pierce. He just he's the perfect fit for that guy. Give him some better coordinators out there, especially on the offensive side, and some players, right, and let them go do some work. So um, I hope this one, out of all of them that talk about and whatnot, that definitely comes to fruition. All right, and then the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, guys. So I mean, this one I feel like is a Jim Harbaugh move, in my opinion. I think um, it just seems like it just makes too much sense for him to be with the Chargers. Again, Falcons is there, and that's kind of why I brought them up. But um, the Jim Harbaugh is just should be their number one option. It does seem that way. So I think that they're going to be, they're going to come together and be a duo and see how they do things. Seattle Seahawks. So this is kind of an interesting one. I think it's going to be Dan Quinn. They are obviously going to, interview other candidates and whatnot. It just seems like Dan Quinn is going to come back um, and be the head coach for the Seattle Seahawks. GM kind of came out today and mentioned that they already received according to him and wanted to create a positive culture. So I could definitely see Dan Quinn. He's always a positive guy and whatnot, and always upbeat. So I definitely could see how that can work out. Tennessee Titans. So with the Tennessee Titans, guys, I like Aaron Glenn. I think this is similar to like the Panthers job where a coordinator is going to be the guy. It's not like a former head coach or whatnot, in my opinion. And yeah, I think Aaron Glenn would be a perfect match for what they're looking to do in the new era of Tennessee. So I like Aaron Glenn to be the next head coach for the Titans. And then lastly, guys, Washington Commanders. Um, this one is interesting. So there's some links to some ties to the Adam Peters. He's the new GM. Mainly offensive coordinator, like coordinators. We got the Houston Texans offensive coordinator, got the Rams offensive coordinator, and then also the defensive coordinator for the Niners, Steve Wilks. Steve Wilks has been head coach. He's obviously been interviewing from other positions. I would not be shocked though if like an Eric Bieniemy is the head coach here. Maybe it's just me trying to get that out there and my take. But I think he would be a great head coach. I think he fits the way the Washington Commanders are looking to play and whatnot. So and I think a lot of players respect him. So definitely keep out on the coordinators on this one. Like I mentioned, with the connection with the GM, that's always a thing with these GMs. They want to obviously have some a connection right away and go from there. To me, still Bill Belichick would make some sense. I've heard that they're not going to look into him, but maybe that's just false. This would be another team that would make sense for Bill, in my opinion. But still, give me Eric Bieniemy. I haven't heard no Mike Vrabel, and I feel like he could potentially have like a year off or whatnot and just kind of come back. Maybe like a consultant or something. But he definitely could, come in and be the Seahawks, right, or the Commanders. Maybe even the Panthers. But it does feel like the Panthers, Ben Johnson, Seahawks going to be Dan Quinn, and the Commanders. The Commanders are really the wild card one right now. So definitely never know. But guys, that is it for our current NFL coaching vacancies. Definitely, stay up to date and see who gets hired, and let's see if we get these predictions right or wrong. But as always, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. But peace.